Well, I made this video for the sole purpose of making a top 10 best movies of 2015 video, because at the end of January I was like, yeah, better make one, and then in May I was like, nah, and then June I was like, nah, and July I was like, nah, and then August came around and I was still like, nah, better not, bit too late, and then last Sunday I was a moment where I thought, yeah, let's do it. But now it's at that kind of stage where I'm like, well, this is going to be a long process. That being said, let's get into my top 10 worst movies of 2015. And believe me, I've seen a lot of bad movies, so this movie I can say with wholeheartedness.
Well, I remember the good times.
There were no good times!
What do you get with a movie with awkward pacing, terrible casting, boring characters, and an overly convoluted plot? Aloha, also sporting in a largely ironic title, and possibly one of the biggest disappointment of 2015, with the trailer so great, and then it was so bad. The only reason Aloha isn't higher on my list is because of 4 actors. Jaden Lieber, John Krasinski, Rachel McAdams, and an uncharismatic Bradley Cooper. But if you can make John Krasinski silent, Rachel McAdams and Emma Stone boring, and Bradley Cooper uncharismatic, well, you deserve to be on this list.
You're in danger, ma'am. Everything's gonna be fine. What about my husband? Everything but your husband is gonna be fine.
The only things good about this movie was the music that played over the DVD menu, and Sofia Vergara being extremely hot. Your movie sucks no matter how much you put an awkwardly cast Sofia Vergara into your movie. It was boring. There was no chemistry between any of the actors. The writing and jokes set women in film a fair amount. And the first thing I think of when someone says Hot Pursuit is a midday movie.
Not real, Mom. It's okay if it's not real.
Sinister 2 is a horror movie sequel, starring a bunch of poor child actors, one of which is named D'Artagnan, which I still stand by as being an awesome name. With poor direction, poor writing, poor casting, and poor acting, I am genuinely surprised after 2 years they managed to churn out this piece of garbage. This movie deserves to live and breathe on this list.
And you would like me to find it? Precisely. What is in it for me, as they say? Do it for Queen and country. No.
The second movie I reviewed, which I regret watching as almost as much as I do the video. And for those who've seen it, it's saying quite a lot. The detective mystery thing in this movie is just so boring, and the jokes are just so unfunny. Johnny Depp at this point is just a cartoon character of himself. Jack Sparrow, the Mad Hatter, the live-action embodiment of the internet in Transcendence. Now this guy, who is so boring and unfunny and has a weird mustache for some reason. And in this movie, I have never seen Ewan McGregor more desperate for either a paycheck or Gwyneth Paltrow.
Technology moves fast, doesn't it? I mean, as soon as you think they can't come up with something...
Transporter Refueled is a movie so utterly stupid that it insults its audience with how serious it takes itself. It's so stupid it managed to get higher than Mortdecai and Hot Tub Time Machine 2 on this list. It also stars Ray Stevenson, who is quite possibly one of the worst supporting characters of all time, who was just used as a massive plot device and kidnapped twice. The love interests are forced, including Ray Stevenson with a young European girl, and the physics in Fast and Furious 7 making more sense than in this movie. The way it abuses its audience is amazing, because it has one of the worst flashback scenes I've ever seen. More specifically talking about the infamous prostitute shootout.
Is he political? Terrorist attack? Any declaration?
The guy we're working will drop the big hammer and not think twice about it.
Michael Mann's latest film, Blackhat, is boring in almost every sense of the word. Boring, unrealistic, forced, and made me want to put needles in my eyes are just a few of the phrases people have used to describe Blackhat. Chris Hemsworth has charisma, but everyone else doesn't. Everyone else is bland and not very interesting. And the bad guy hacker actually wears glasses, has an afro, and just wants money. Hello?
Charlie Grimmel died after a prop malfunction during the high school's presentation of the Gallows.
At number 4 is the Gallows, and in all reality I could watch this in a free period at school. Actually, if I really wanted to cut down the movie, I could watch it in less than half an hour because half of it is pointless. With terrible high school level production acting, which ironically suits this movie, an unbelievable premise with too many plot holes, and of course a modern staple of horror, found footage. There is also a twist ending, apparently. I really couldn't tell. I'm sorry my camera died for a minute.
This can eater.
He's the pirate all pirates fear. Blackhat! Welcome to Neverland!
Number 3 is Pan. A boring, dull movie that should have been set in the most magical place on Earth. Or not on Earth. It is really hard to tell whether it's good or it's extremely insulting that they introduced a lot of the lore in this movie. The CGI is also incredibly poor, and Rooney Mara, who is white, plays Tiger Lily, who is not white. Shouldn't be white. Ended up being white. How? Every single set looked like a soundstage, and Hugh Jackman was terrible in this movie. And for some unforsaken, unknown reason, the Lost Boys start singing Nirvana in the movie, and it's that point, you know, this movie's gone. This movie is gone. And that's pretty much just Pan in a nutshell.
Hey, Mrs. Peterson. Tell them what happened this weekend.
What happened?
Oh, there was a big thunderstorm. You guys didn't get it up there?
No, dry as a bone at the lake.
Well, it got pretty wet here.
At number 2, we have the movie that I did not sit through the entire time. I only sat through half an hour, so it's more of a question, why is this even on my list if I didn't watch the entire thing? The Boy Next Door. And it's more of a facelift for Fatal Attraction, but for the worst. Well, from what I could tell, at least, and what I was told. But when I saw the first 30 minutes of your movie and I walked out, that is saying something, and I put it number 2 on my list, only on those 30 minutes alone. And it still beat everything.
I think I see 2 men. What are your names?
Brian. Mike.
We're the Fleege brothers.
Brothers. Daddy?
Oh my god, number 1. I am not joking or lying or exaggerating when I say that Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension, is my least favourite movie ever. It is what it is, alright? It deserves to be the least favourite. It deserves to be the worst. It beat Mirror Mirror and X-Men Origins Wolverine. Paranormal Activity 6 just sucks so much. They say it will be the last one, and I hope it will be the last one. There is no suspense or horror or terror even slightly in this movie. Everything done in the movie is terrible, and everything is just so damn boring. Anyway, that's my top 10 worst list of 2015. I will probably make a top 10 best list of 2015 in the short future. Leave your top 10 worst list in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe to become one of the Platypus, and like the Facebook page. Link is in the description. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Oh wow, you made it to the end of the video. Good job. How about you click that subscribe button for more content? Or click one of these 2 videos. You know, either one's good enough.